How do I transform measurements in SPARKvue? In this example, I have a cart in front of a motion sensor. The motion sensor measures the position of the cart, but the zero for position is at the motion sensor itself. What if I'd like to redefine the zero of position at this blue tape 20 centimeters away? Here's a graph of position versus time for the cart, and this is the position coming from the motion sensor. You can see that approximately 20 centimeter offset there. To transform this position, I'm going to go to Experiment Tools and select Calculated Data. The SPARKvue calculator allows me to transform measurements. Here's the format. To the left of an equal sign, I'm going to type in the value I'd like output. So in this example, I'm going to call this position shifted is equal to, and to the right of the equal sign will be the transformation itself. In order to specify that I'd like this transformation to occur to all position data points, I'm going to insert from the measurements menu the position measurement. Notice that there are brackets around it indicating that it is the entire set of position measurements, not just one. Then I'll type the transformation. I'll say minus an offset, and I'll hit enter. Since SPARKvue doesn't know what offset is, it asks me to define that as well. I'm going to say that's 0.2 meters. I'm done with the calculator, so I'll choose done and OK. And now I'm going to change the y-axis of my graph from position as coming from the motion sensor to my shifted position calculation. I'll click on it, choose a new user-entered measurement for my y-axis, and here you can see position shifted. Notice that I could actually create a new calculation from this menu itself. I'll choose position shifted though, and you can see that shifts it down so that this initial position of the cart is now defined as 0. The neat thing about calculations in SPARKvue is that they can be performed live. So if I press start now, looking at this graph of position shifted versus time, notice that it's applying that shift, that calculation, live. Now there are many uses for calculations. Here are just a few popular ones. I can do more interesting transformations. For example, I could do a calculation of live kinetic energy for this cart by multiplying 1/2 times its mass times the square of its velocity. And that would give me a live readout of its kinetic energy. In a Boyle's law experiment, I could calculate an inverse volume to linearize a pressure versus volume graph. A variation on the transformation I just performed, there's some special functions inside the calculator, including a first function, and that grabs the first data point in a run. So I could choose to position every run from its initial reading using the first function. There are also some custom functions like smoothing, so I could smooth position measurements by using that smooth function. So those are just some examples of the power of using the calculator to transform your measurements in SPARKvue.